Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So, about TSLY today, it dropped quite a bit. So it's buying opportunity, right? Buy the dip, right? So welcome for those of you on already. Wow, TSLY and OARK, exact same price. How about that? But the dividend in TSLY is still better. Went all in on TSLY this week. Time to buy the dip. I actually bought some more too. As they say, back the truck up on it, right? So bought a bit more TSLY, bought back into SVOL. Haven't bought back into SVOL yet. I actually sold mine to get more TSLY. So we will go ahead and look into that. By the way, the Discord is up and running. Got like, I think 25 of you on now, and we keep adding more every day. So having some pretty good discussions in there. We're going over some options trades, some good trading examples. People are showing their accounts, portfolios, whatnot. So really going good so far. What a day. Yeah, bought a dip. So I bought in, it's funny, I got in when it dropped to like 17.15 and it dropped to like 16.60 in the after hours. So might buy in some more tomorrow. And heck, I may just even buy in on margin. Who knows? Oh, look who we haven't seen in a while who's back on. Join Jen. Sold TSLY over 18, bought back today at 16.60 Roth. Good for you. That was a good move. How many shares did you have that you sold? Yeah, crazy day. Wow, yeah, right. Bought the dip. Hard to tell what this ETF will do. King term. Well, it will be a kingmaker for sure, right? I know you mean long term, but yeah. By the way, some good news that I'll announce to you all exclusively right here. So we got Jay coming back on August 15th. So be ready. Everyone be ready with your questions, comments, concerns. Um, I'm debating whether or not. So last time, and you all can see it because it's the channel header, basically. I had Andre on, and so it was the three of us, but I'm debating whether or not I may have him back on for 10 minutes because he may have some very pointed questions, and I don't want to grill Jay too much. I mean, I like these funds overall. I like what they're doing, so we'll see. We'll plan a strategy, but I need you all to think of all your questions. You've got like almost a month, so August 15th, probably. We haven't set a time yet, but it'll be 5 or 6, August 15th. And I'll make a community post once it's official. But you all get the exclusive announcement here. All right. I knew what you meant. You didn't have to specify it. Oh, Tatiana's on. Welcome, welcome. So my two women that are subscribed to me are on. the channel demographics are like 98% male, so we do need to get some more women on here. Yeah, that was a great move. Great move. TSLY to 214 before 314. You're probably right. It's probably going to drop tomorrow. But the thing is, and we're going to go over all of this, but it beat earnings, right? So why the drop? Are people just taking profits? That's what's confusing to me. I was pretty sure TSLY would dip on earnings news. Yeah, but we'll look at it. But from what I've seen, they beat earnings. Bought another 35,000 of TSLY today. Look at you, Mr. High Roller. Effectively use my TSLY dividends to reinvest into it. Wow, you got that much in dividends? Wow, interesting. We're on a bit of a dry streak here with the super chats, by the way. Long, okay. Bought a few shares of OARK and Clip. We have till the 27th, right, for Clip. My stubbornness with OARK, with any of the other yield max funds, really, is why do I want to buy another one more expensively when I can just buy more TSLY and get a higher dividend? I know diversification and all of that, but I just keep buying TSLY and keep getting a higher dividend. I'm hoping TSLY dips to 15 or under. Me too, because I'll really load up. I may even just do a reverse mortgage on my house and just buy a bunch. Who knows? Does everyone take the dividends as cash here and then buy dips, or do you all drip? So good question. I don't drip. I end up using the dividends on my own, to buy at a price I choose. So I quit. I used to be a drip investor. I quit doing that like probably 3 or 4 years ago because what was happening, stocks were running up to like all-time highs. And I was buying in at all-time highs. So I'm like, you know what? I have enough shares of this stock, so I don't want to drip at an all-time high. I want to buy stuff that's at a lower price or stuff that I'm finding in the earlier stage of the business life cycle, so to speak. So that's why I stopped dripping. Although I'm kind of dripping now. I just came from the gym. Anyway, dip is good for us buyers. Hopefully the dividend still stays close to $1. That's what I'm hoping too. It looks like, I think, it's about time to maybe start making predictions again, but I'm thinking maybe between 80 cents and $1. What do you all think? I should have, oh, I like this comment. I should have prepared questions. I have like tons of questions for Jay. What are you talking about? I come up with them on the fly, but they exist, at least. We can come up with them ahead of time and pick the best. Well, you say it like it's happening tomorrow. I still have like a month, you know. Tesla margins are down. 1730 shares, Tesla and counting. Did you see that article say Tesla will go to 85? Oh no. Well, I know you can't post links here, but are you on the Discord? Or do you want to tell me where I can find that article? Because I got to read that. That would be awesome. I take the income as cash and buy at my prices. That's what I do too. See, great minds think alike. I buy right away. I can't wait. That's funny. I screenshot some questions for Jay. I can email it to Coach. Good for you. You can be like another secretary for the channel. That would be good. Does that work well? It does work. I can attest to it. Howdy, welcome. I added other stuff though, very small amounts. Hard not to buy TSLY. It's the best one so far. I agree. I just keep adding the same one. Rough day. Don't be too surprised if Tesla dividend gets cut by 2/3. You think so? Like, you think it might fall to like 35 cents? We might have money flow out of it then. I added just a few shares. I'd add more than a few. Sold my Tesla yesterday at 1840, back in today at 1665. Oh, two of you did that. Wow. Musk said could be more price reductions coming. Spook the market. He loves to troll the market, doesn't he? That Elon Musk, he's something else. At Lance, it works for me, but everyone needs to figure out what works for them. I pretty much do the same thing. Not that I copy you or not that you copy me. It's just great minds think alike, right? By the way, speaking of Elon Musk, I got to ask you all. I've been seeing this picture going around online of him and Mark Zuckerberg like holding hands on the beach. What's up with that? Is that real or is that like photoshopped? Because I know they're supposed to have some kind of a cage match or something. I just wondered what was going on with that because I know Elon has become quite the troll lately. Anyway, okay, so now let's go in and look at some actual performance of the funds today. So I guess we will go. Someone keeps asking me to use Nasdaq.com. So I guess I'll start with that one. Still haven't quite found the same earnings readout that I get from Yahoo. And I've also been using, what's the other one? Oh, Seeking Alpha. By the way, the engineer from Seeking Alpha joined the Discord. So that's really cool. Actually, you know what? Let me, before I go into the NASDAQ site, let me, speaking of Yahoo Finance, used to be the site we defaulted to. Maybe I'll look it up. Actually, you know what? So you're going to make me go to Yahoo. So we'll look up TSLY on Yahoo Finance, and then I will probably find the article under there, I'm thinking. By the way, join the Discord or else. Okay, let's see. How often do these Tesla earnings come out? 4 quarters out of the year, so 4 times a year. Easy question. If monthly, no, not monthly. Earnings are quarterly. So the business calendar, you got 4 quarters in a year. So earnings are quarterly. If monthly, I'll probably not drip, hold my divvies until after the reports, buy the dips a few days after payment. Okay. MXG, do you think Tesla or its dividend is sustainable long term? That's what we're all trying to figure out. For now, it's worked great. Like I said, getting a 70% annualized dividend and being up 15% in the fund is phenomenal. I've never had a dividend fund or stock like that. I'd be happy with 80 cents, but I would love if it stayed at $1. Wouldn't we all join the club there? I think the bears are false. The stock market is wonky. Netflix gained 6 million subscribers. Really? After was that because of the whole password sharing thing? Now they're gaining more subscribers? Don't tell me that's actually working. I actually had that come up on one of my TVs. Like apparently, because I actually share an account, so don't tell anybody. But um, it's weird because my living room TV I can get Netflix, but my bedroom TV I can't because it says you're not on the same network. But then on my living room TV I can't sign into Disney Plus, and my bedroom TV I can. So it's like I got one on one, I got one on the other. Go figure. So beat earnings and only miss revenue by 100 million. I saw that too because someone on here got everybody all excited saying Netflix was going to go to like 570, but it dropped. So I almost wanted to say something, but I didn't. Oh, right. Yeah. So isn't that something? Yahoo Finance. Yeah. Well, me and Jen have like the same answers to stuff. It's amazing. Everyone hit the like button. It helps to build the channel. Thank you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. What's your picture, by the way? Do you have some like paint equipment or like whipped cream there? I can't tell what that is. Is it something Texas related? Speaking of that, my other mug is a Bucky's mug. I think they originated in Texas. It was a joke, Tatiana. Because see what the mug says. Sales are monthly. Yeah, he got sales confused with earnings. Where's Tesla going next week when the Fed raises another 25? Are they going to keep raising? I haven't heard much talk about that. The Fed's going to keep raising? I thought they were going to be cutting pretty soon. They're backing up against 2024. They're going to be, I would think that within the next 6 months, they're going to be cutting, wouldn't they? The income needs volatility, which is true, which Tesla has. If it gets too stable, the income will drop. True. It's dependent on volatility. I'm moving out of the county. A number of months living off these. I'll let you know if it works or not. Haha. I know you meant country. You've already. I thought you already moved outside the United States. Or maybe you move as often as you change your name. I don't know. I can't keep up. And Netflix tanked big time. True. Yeah. Never mind with the earnings report. Then I can't time the best times to buy each month, so I'll probably just buy whenever. You don't want to ignore earnings. Actually, one of my favorite options trading strategies is the earnings blast strategy. So it's risky, but you think about it. Companies are in business to do what? Do what? Earn money. So if they're a good business, what should they be doing 9 times out of 10? What? Beating earnings. So if they beat earnings, so if Wall Street sets an example or sets an expectation for earnings, which they're very good at, and then the company exceeds earnings, what happens to the stock? It shoots up typically. And then what happens to the options of those stocks, which have so much higher leverage? They shoot up as well. You get into options like that beforehand, what happens to your gains? This. Now, it doesn't always work. It can backfire, of course, like with Netflix, if they miss earnings. Because I could have easily, and I'm glad whoever was on here saying 570, I'm glad they didn't say that like a week ago, because if they did, I might have actually got a couple of options in Netflix. Now, I would have done leaps, but I could have got in and then they missed, and then I would have dropped like 50% because that volatility shoots up through the roof, and then your options tank when that happens. Or they can shoot up, because that tends to be what happens with earnings. Very volatile. It's like you're playing with fire in a way, but it can work brilliantly in your favor. Speaking of Danaher, yeah, that one's about dead for me. Luckily, I did some of the TQQQ and TSLL, so that actually offset what I'm going to lose in Danaher. So it's a wash, Such a professional options trader here, huh? Talking about me. Buying on a regular basis is better. I agree. One more raise. Yeah, give us a raise, right? No cutting, higher for longer. And they got to cut. I would say by sometime next year, they're going to be cutting. My TLTW was up a tiny bit today, I believe. What's going to happen by 2024? Biden's going to call Jerome Powell and he's going to say, hey, or someone that works for him will do it. They'll say, hey, we got something coming up in November 2024. We need you to cut rates. Kind of like, Trump was going to fire him if he didn't cut rates. Remember that whole thing? Like Trump actually pressured him to cut rates, and that helped drive the market up. So that was interesting because, the Fed's supposed to operate independently, but Trump actually pressured Powell to cut rates like in 2019, and it made the market do this, which is fine by me. As long as we make money, right? My TLTW was up tiny bit today, I believe. Who cares about TLTW? They're all right. The engineer is on. At Bubble Tesla Bulls won't want to hear this, but $85 a share is possible. All right, you heard it from the engineer. If you hear it from him, you know that he's got good, well-reasoned argument. So if he says it, it's got a higher chance of happening. The last time I did a fair value calculation, really, I used to do those in finance class. Can you, you could maybe post this in Discord or something, but put your math in there, like how you came up with that. I'm interested to just see that. 110 to 130. I would be interested to you know what? I actually believe that. Um because yeah, you know what? It's Tesla trades on such a bubble. I mean, I wasn't saying I don't believe it before, but just it would be interesting to see that. I haven't done one of those in a while. I dollar cost average for sure every week. I also use the Tesla dividends to buy more of Tesla. That's what I'm doing too. Oh, Franco Physique is on. With a name like that, I think you'd have like a flex picture or something for all of us. Would it be too degenerate to sell JPI, buy Tesla? Why do you say that? That's pretty much exactly what I did. And if the coach does it, no way can it be degenerate. But if someone else does it, that's not the coach, it's possible. Powell insinuated they would raise 2 more times, but I think they'll do 1 more and pause until they start cutting again. Yeah, I'm waiting for the cutting, but it's funny because look at the market. We haven't started cutting, but the market's going up. So they may not need to cut, Who knows? It's funny, another comment about Powell. He did like wait till he got renominated again, which I was surprised he got renominated. I figured they would pick somebody like very progressive to run the Fed. But when he got renominated after that happened, then he started raising rates. It seemed like right after. I dumped JEPI a long time ago. Yeah, me too. That's JEPI is like old news. It's like QYLD last year. I swear, if I'm keeping track, like if the chronology was dividend ETFs, it went something like QYLD, JEPI, JEPQ, TLTW, and then Yield Max, something like that. See, everybody did it. Join the club. I sold my JEPI, JEPQ to buy more Tesla, but they are fine. I like aggressive income. Me too. Get while the getting's good, right? So did I. Blake, there's no way. With so many of the major players getting in on using Tesla's charging technology, revenue for Tesla will go up as more people have to charge their cars. So this is a good, kind of a good debate here. So this is where, fundamentals have to catch up to the macro environment, right? So I agree with you. I actually think I can see the case for Tesla being that low, but I can see the case for it being higher too. How's that for staying in the middle of this? That's where I like to try to stay in the middle if I can. Anyway, we all have to reevaluate continually with the knowledge you have. Well, thank you. I'm glad based on just my knowledge, right? Next year's 5 months away. Worry about September. True. Skrobaka, they are currently experiencing a margin contraction. Interesting. As they slash prices to gain market share. Long term, I'm super bullish, but short term, anything is possible. So, engineer, I have a question for you. How much time do you spend like studying the stuff every week? Because actually, me personally, I found I need to manage my time a little bit better. I don't know where some of my time goes actually. Well, I know some of it goes here with you all, but I just I look at this stuff, but I definitely need to have more of a routine, like read more, um, and study up on this stuff, like the business aspects of this stuff. Oh, one of my favorite names is on Boss Ball Head Dog 25. I sold JEPI and JPQ, Boit, Tesla, and SPYI. I saw something about SPYI. I haven't gotten into that one yet. Now, I agree with John here, who doesn't have John in his name anymore. SPYI better than JEPI for sure. I agree with that for sure. I'm 5,100 strong on TSLY with 5 grand to buy the dip. Nice. Cut rates, then TLTW will go up. You think so? Because isn't that tied to like treasuries or something? 5,100 shares. Deliveries of the Cybertruck are about to start. That's true. I was just looking that up today. When are they going to officially like actually be on the road? And if more electric car users are using Tesla charging stations, then Tesla effectively becomes ExxonMobil as well. Yeah, but see, I feel like you're never going to have what you had with the oil companies, where you have OPEC and prices are so volatile, bidding up and down. I mean, who knows? I don't know what the future holds, but I don't think with electricity and stuff like that, I don't think you'll have that. Um, by the way, how much is it? Like the charging stations to charge? It's expensive, isn't it? I mean, if you go to one of those like rapid charging stations, isn't it more than like buying gas? Because the last thing I would want to do is drive a Tesla, and that's not the end of the sentence. I wouldn't mind driving a Tesla. I actually have before, but the last thing I would want to do is drive a Tesla like in the Nevada desert and run out of charge, and then have to pay some exorbitant like rip off price somewhere for one of these quick charging stations, or have to sit somewhere for hours and camp out at night and wait. Oh, let me wait 10 hours for this thing to charge. That's the last thing I would want to do. You know. So, okay. All right. Well, the comments are really blowing up here, so I could just be reading comments for a while. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? Tesla is all sentient and name plus the whole cult thing. True. How do I get in Discord? I can't link article there. I can link. We'll go into Discord in a second. I'll pitch Discord for you all. I still rock JPI, JPQ, still good ETFs. Not bad. I still own SVOL. Now, I sold SVOL to buy TSLY, more TSLY. And I bought Beto also. Amazing. Like Jen and I, like we do the same things. It's amazing to get BTC with income. Now, one thing I did that you might not have done, and this might have been a little goofy, I got some options on Beto, and I don't know how you don't get the dividend when you have options. I don't think. I can't recall. Have I owned a dividend fund on options? Can't recall off the top of my head. But I got options in Beto because I'm waiting for more upside, basically, with the whole Bitcoin halving. Yep, you called it. That's what he changed his name to. At JoinGen, look into CLM or CRF to add income. I need to start because that other channel, that UWI channel, he actually covers both of these a lot. What's funny? I happen to follow, we posted around the same time the other day, and our video performed almost exactly the same. And I have like probably 1,200 less subscribers. So that was a win for me, at least. Yield similar to SVOL, but 1/3 of the price. I will look into those for sure. You do drip CLM. Cool. Ford PE. Oh, nice. Nice. We got the calculation here. Ford PE on Tesla is 94.87x. Long-term EPS growth is only 24.53%. Still seems decent. No dividend. That's a peg Y of 3.87x. This implies fair value is currently, wow, 67.93 per share. Interesting. So is that like EPS times something else? I'm trying to remember. I'm an original adopter, so I don't pay, but I hear it's not cheap. Normally I charge at home. Well, you probably got in good before Elon took away. He doesn't include the chargers now, right? I'm glad Engineer Blake shares his knowledge. So am I. He's really smart. Tesla doesn't have Apple CarPlay. Fix that and they go to the moon. Yeah, maybe. Apple's always a good buy. Bought a bit of Tesla, went heavy into Tesla. Delighting in the word. Oh, nice name. I like that. I'm getting a loan for 200K and we'll invest 50K in Tesla soon. Who are you borrowing from? Depends. You don't want to get, you don't want to pay like a personal loan rate. There's different types of loans, home equity, personal, like just get the best rate you can. At JoinGen, I'm also here to learn. You all keep pointing out new ETFs I need to study. Hey, the same thing happens to me. I learn too. That's what I love about doing this channel. I learn from you all. Currently teaching myself how to design a low volatility, high margin portfolio. One of the coolest things that happened to me, like I say, I didn't even know anything about uh, yield max until you all started telling me about it. So that had to be like in March. So like 4 months ago, I knew nothing about yield max, and then just something told me. Well, I saw the dividends, and I'm like, wow, I'm onto something here. And then I started covering it, and the channel started blowing up. So it's really cool. Really cool how that works, right? Jen, do you drip at NAV with CLM? If so, what brokerage? Um, yeah, I'm anxious to know what broker she uses. Uh, Blake, we know that doesn't mean anything. Regardless of what companies enter the market, Tesla's the big daddy, just like Amazon, who lost money for the first 12 years. Very true. And Amazon was one of the good to great, or they would be. Jeff Bezos studied the book Good to Great. There was like 11 of those. But yeah, Amazon would be one. And it took a long time for them to be profitable, actually. Um, it's all about growth. So I agree. Whatever fundamentals, whatever the situation on the ground says right now, it will change for sure. I do believe that. Stop mortgaging your house for TSLY, please. Hey, I didn't do that. I don't know who did that, but it wasn't me. I think I've joked about it, but I I wouldn't do that unless I knew something, like that. I don't know that maybe everybody else didn't know, but they have a term for that. So I don't have any of that. Oh, CLM drips at NAV on E-Trade. Schwab does not do it. Agree with Hoffman. Yeah, I mean, I kind of do too. Jen, I'm switching over to Fidelity and checking to see if they drip CLM and CRF. So here's the cool thing about me. Well, one of many, many cool things about me. It's a long list, but so I use pretty much all the brokerages, and I kind of like am getting a good idea of which ones are the best. TD Ameritrade's still my favorite. I used E-Trade for many years, and then I got TD Ameritrade. Um, so I've had an account with E-Trade. Ameritrade's my main account, which I've moved over from E-Trade. I use Fidelity for my HSA, and that's in mutual funds, believe it or not, which are zero cost mutual funds, and that account is kicking butt too. So the HSA is with Fidelity. So I feel like I use them all. I know I just named three, but I use like, and there's another one I have too that I haven't done anything with, but Robinhood, I have like the free stock, I think. I feel like I have something like with all of them. If you can get a 3% loan, give it a go. Where in today's environment, where is such thing as a 3% loan? I want to see that. Was thinking about a personal loan of 50K for TSLY, but the rates suck. That's why I'm asking you, because personal loan rates are going to be a lot higher. But just run it by Hoffman before, because don't mortgage your house, like he said, if you have a house. Fidelity drips at NAV. I told you about TSLY, haha. I don't know if it was you. You were one of my earliest fans, actually, because I remember you being on when I felt like I didn't have much of a following at all. And that was back when, honestly, I felt like I was putting more effort into the channel. I was filming, like I was hiking a mountain, I was filming videos, and I was doing all this cool stuff and not getting much views. Now I just stand in my kitchen and I get thousands of views. So it's like mountain, kitchen, hardly any views, thousands of views. Sure, makes total sense, right? Thanks, good to know. Skrobaka, long-term Tesla is already king. Their engineering is top tier. I expect them to outperform every other pseudo manufacturer. What's a pseudo manufacturer? But they are slashing prices. We're facing a recession. Are we? Honestly, you want to get me going on that? By definition, if you study economics, a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of GDP contraction. By definition, we happen to have that happen last year. But it seemed like, and I'm not saying anything to be any certain way, but it seemed like, so we had that happen, actually. Factually, we had that happen. But it seems like we kind of decided in the middle of the game, we're going to change the definition of a recession. So I'm wondering, you see a recession on the horizon. I feel like we already had one, and we're either coming out of it or staying in. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like recession's all I guess it's perception in a way. How's that for a quote? Recession is perception. I feel like if you have a job and you're making money, you're not going to feel like you're in a recession. But I know people that are out of work that like can't find jobs, which is weird because again, I warned you, don't get me going. But so the unemployment rate's like below 4%. But like I know of like there's too many people. Like there's more people that are not like finding good work to notice. It's not like an isolated event. And these are people that are qualified for good work, like with master's degrees and experience and whatnot. So there's something up. I mean, it could just be the bureaucratic policies of these companies. Because I know some companies, like, I won't say too much, but these companies, like, it's like, wow, do they actually hire people? I mean, you can have someone apply for like 50 jobs and they get interviews and stuff and they get passed over. So anyway, all right, end rant. Let me stop myself there. Okay, so TD is bought by Schwab. My account's at TD. Oh, we got caps. It's like Catherine Wood. I haven't heard a Catherine Wood mentioned in a while, by the way, or Charlie Munger. We should get back on that subject, right? That's our two, like those are our two people respectively, right? My account's at TD moved 2 months ago. Oh, to Schwab. Yeah, mine. I still have the TD interface. Don't borrow from grandparents at 3%. Mine are gone. I can't do that. I do miss when I got better gifts for Christmas when my grandparents were here. So, because then my parents inherited all their stuff, and then I don't get anyway, you get the idea. They're slashing prices but selling more vehicles. As long as gas is 4+ a gallon, luckily it's below that here in my state. People are going to look electric. The problem with major retailers is they aren't cutting prices and no one is buying. Yeah, it's like everybody's jumped on the inflation bandwagon, which I need to do too. I need to start pricing for some of my services, you know. But yeah, it's like everybody jumped on the bandwagon and it's like extortion. So there are places that are just extorting people, I swear. I know some of you are going to say, "Oh, it's the private market and this or that." So it's justifiable that they charge double or whatever. Just remember, Arizona iced tea in like 25 years has never gone up a cent. Full disclosure, ooh, here it comes. I do not invest with borrowed dollars. Neither do I. We have so much in common. I think I accidentally did, though. But I think the way it works, because you all told me, because see, you all coach me too. It's a two-way street. So what am I trying to say now? I accidentally got on margin, but then when the cash moved over, I'm not paying a fee for margin. Don't tell them. But it's because I have the cash there. So this margin thing, honestly, if you ask me, it's a little over my head. It kind of scares me in a way. No one wants to pay 90,000 for a diesel pickup. Oh, it's funny you say that. I bet I bet you're wrong on that. I bet there are plenty of what they call trust fund kids that will gladly do that, throw away mommy and daddy's money, or grandparents' money. Don't trust TD Ameritrade. I just posted a link to the Discord about why none of us should. Oh boy, I got to read this. We're gonna get to the Discord soon. This is my favorite channel. Well, thank you for that. If you like it so much, show appreciation. That there's a certain button that works. Just kidding. I'm not gonna solicit that too much anymore. Engineer Blake, that's where my CLM is. LOL. Oh, you're in CLM too? Cali gas prices, even Arizona, are over $5 a gallon. I'm about to find out. I'm gonna be there. Shooting in like 10 days, or road trip. But you know what? I feel like maybe it's better because I'm not renting a car. Just maybe staying in a hotel is cheaper. Because it was. I kid you not. Last year I saw like $7 gas out there. Hey, coach! Oh, look who's on. Bought more SVOL and TSLY today. Maybe more SVOL tomorrow. Why? Okay, why? When you see the price of TSLY, why would you buy more SVOL? TSLY is probably a good buy right now. Selling SVOL and TLTW for more TSLY. Sounds like what I do. Again, LOL. Oh, he spelled out the full name. The Fed can't lower rates until either unemployment rises or something breaks. Well, that's what they're trying to do. The whole point of raising rates, they wanted to like cool the market. I thought we were facing at least a shallow recession. Yeah, but I think we've unofficially been in a mild recession for like a year. See, oh, there she mentioned it. There we go. Stagflation. Welcome to Schwab. Not yet for me. Still up 5% in SVOL, but now only 0.7. That's okay. You're getting that dividend. I'll have to look at mine. I was up like 15% in mine. Does anyone use Interactive Brokers? I think that's the one. I think they have $200 of my money, and I've never done anything with them because I didn't answer some of their annoying questions. Have you all noticed, by the way, like the KYC crap, know your customer, whatever you call that process, is annoying as hell. Like they make you prove yourself who you are so much. Sometimes I can't even prove who I am, and it's annoying. I'm like I'm holding up my IDs and stuff, and I'm like I don't know what to do. It's me. I am who I say I am. I don't know what to do. Like it's annoying. I've noticed in the last like 3 years. So I guess I'm flagged. They have my money, and I my account's just in limbo. M1 Finance. That's another one I haven't talked about in a while. M1 Finance margin loans at 6.95%, which isn't terrible. Yeah, compared to the other ones. It was 2% before the Fed started raising rates. I know my mortgage. My mortgage was like 2.75%. I paid it off though. Probably, some of you will tell me, "Oh, it was stupid. It was such a low rate. You should have just kept that." But I'm glad it's gone. I didn't know what was going to happen, honestly. You know what's funny? What happened? So I paid it off like last almost a year ago, actually. Just liquidated stuff, and just I wanted it gone. Basically, wanted to be debt free. Um, so I did that, and then because I desperately wanted to get out of the job I was in at the time. The job I was in at the time is actually what motivated me to start this channel when they started making us come back to the office and whatnot. And then the funny thing, because I was kind of looking around for other stuff, but I honestly didn't know what was going to come through. And let this be a lesson to you all: when you all want something in life, whether you believe in like this whole law of attraction, manifestation stuff, which I've been studying up on, and it works sometimes, but mindset's a powerful thing. So what I've noticed, the few times in life that I've like really been after something big, I notice that it comes through after I almost give up on it. And I don't even want to say I give up on it. Like it's still in the back of my head, but it's like after a while, it's like, all right, I'm moving on. Whatever happens, happens. You just kind of let go of the outcome, so to speak. When I do that, it comes, and I'm like, oh, wow, I almost didn't want it anymore. Now here it is. Um, and so with that, that's exactly what happened. It was amazing. It was like a godsend. So the job I was applying for all of a sudden came through after I paid my mortgage off, after I did all this stuff. I was ready to just like honestly quit my job and try the whole self-employed route. And then all of a sudden, boom, this one came through. It was amazing. So let that be a lesson to you all. See, we don't just get financial coaching, we get life lessons on here too. I don't like Cornerstone's dividend history. Well, there you go, right there. Cornerstone's a crap fund. You have it from John there. I'm just kidding. I'll look into it. I have to look into it because it's a popular fund, because it gets a following. I have to look into it. Cornerstone pays back some return of capital. Okay. All right. So I spent 40 minutes reading you all's comments. Now let's go to Discord. Got 70. We had 72 of you on a minute ago. Rule of 72, right? All right. So Discord, here we come. Here we come. And then we'll look at some of these prices, and then we'll call it an evening, which it already is an evening, but it'll just be later. Okay, let's see here. Discord. It's funny, another side story here. So I feel like all of you all that follow me, of which there's 2,070 of you now almost, which is really cool and growing. Like you all, like we get each other, like we're on the same page. Like even though I've never met a lot of you, like we just get each other. But this is real life. I mean, this isn't like virtual, but in real life, like there's people that will never talk to me, you know? And it's like, it's just funny because it's like, not to sound conceited or anything, but it's like they really don't know what they're missing, and maybe I don't know what I'm missing either, but it's just funny how things work. Anyway, okay, can you all see the Discord? Let's see here. Okay, so here is our Discord. What's this? SPYI, 95% return of capital, buyer beware. That's how they lower the tax burden. Interesting. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see here. Okay, I got to hit a certain number of steps by the end of the day. It's another side hustle. I get paid money to walk, believe it or not. All right, so here is our Discord. So let's see what we're up to now. 25 of you. Okay. And I've been in and out of here. I'm busy throughout the day, so I try to. Now I've got like multiple social media sites to respond to, so I need to hire a secretary or something. We got to make the revenue for that first. But yeah, see, I commented earlier today from my phone, and wow, we got a lot more comments here. Oh, you posted another video link. Okay. Um, for some reason, I have two accounts. Did any of you laugh at this here? I said because I'm trying to figure out this NVIDIA cash secured puts thing. $500 a day. Like if I make that trading, then the need for working suddenly goes away. Although I will tell you, the job I have right now, I'd probably keep it because I like it actually, and it's easier than my last job. So I would keep it for the time being. All right. So what did Nomad say here? Not so much a daily thing, but when the market moves down like today, you got to be able to move with it. Right now, I'm in the money on TSLY. See, that being in the money, like that scares me. I think Danaher's finally turned a corner. So see, you guys use different names on YouTube and Discord. So now I've kind of got to like learn some of your names on here, so it's kind of confusing a bit. So I don't know if this is Damon or not. Maybe it is. All right, and I know that's the engineer. Oh, look at that. Some of your names are the same. Could this be the best trading seminar ever? Oh, that's cool. Oh, here's Don't Trust TD Ameritrade. The market's a zero-sum game. Basically, everyone's trying to take your money. Now, okay, so it's funny you say that because what I feel like they are trying to do, when you elevate, your options portfolio to, I knew somebody would bite the hook. So here's the funny thing. Obviously, you all that follow me, let me do this here. Have your undivided attention, or have my undivided attention. So I've talked about this before, like a year ago on this channel. I did a cool short clip of it. I was in my car. I used to do all kinds of stuff. I used to have like $ glasses. I was in my car, doing videos and stuff. But like I said, I feel like I used to put like a lot more effort, for less views. But 90% of the content on this channel is just dead. It's only like the 10% that I've most recently posted that actually gets views. So there's something, and they should sponsor me. They so should sponsor me for this. There's an app called StepBet that literally pays you to walk. And I know right now, like you're going to be signing up for this within the next hour, I'm sure. So it literally pays you. I've been using this for almost 4 years now. And, I've always walked a lot too. So I knew I was kind of ahead of the curve. Like I should have designed this app. I said, there should be some way, like you should make money for your steps. It's a great win-win. Pay people, just like going to a gym. Like they honestly, this may be kind of funny, but instead of paying to join a gym, like they should pay you to join a gym because it's better for like for your health insurance, for health. The healthier you are, the less you're going to cost health insurance companies. If we had a healthier population, health insurance costs might actually come down. So I really think there's an argument to be had. They should pay you to go to a gym. I just had a Freudian slip there. I was about to make a joke. Like your name could be Join Gem, You know what I mean? Instead of join gym, like, which I'm sure, you're probably active if you walk and stuff like that. But I just, my sense of humor. So they should pay people, and they do. So step bet. So the way it works is this, and this is going to be like a total advertisement for them, which I should get paid for. You know, so you wager like $40 on a game. You can be in 3 games at a time if you pay the $50 membership through like Apple, the app, and Apple. The if you have an iPhone, like you download from the App Store, you pay for it through Apple or whatever, $50 a year. Um, I've probably made like $500. Like right now, I have like $500 in the account that I've made just from walking, but that's over a few years. So it's very, very passive income. Like you're not going to make a career out of walking. I would not recommend a career in walking. Let me put it that way, because it's not going to pay the bills. It may pay one bill or two. Um, but for me, all right, so I'm in 3 games at a time. I've kind of fallen off a little bit this year. I actually got kicked out of a game for the first time. So what you want to do, and if you're consistently walking, like you should never get kicked out of a game. I had like almost a 4-year streak. And I finally, now what you can do if you have like a health reason, if you sprain a leg or something, or if you sneeze too loud, you can get like a medical waiver. I see people get medical waivers for stupid shit, as long as you have like a doctor's note. However, you come by that is your own deal. But as long as you have a doctor's note, like they'll refund you for a game. But now what they do, they kick you out of all the games. So you have to basically you forfeit, you get your money back, your $40 per game, but then you lose out on what you would have made. So like sometimes a $40 game, you can get like a 50% rate of return. So you can make like $60 or $20 return. There's some games that are like an 8-week like step marathon game. And like I just joined one, like the step marathon, the summer step marathon. And it's a $60 game, but those make the most money. Like I'll end up getting $85 back from that. So I make like 25. I almost, excuse me, I almost make a 25% rate of return. So literally get paid to walk, which I do have a short clip on from like a year ago. Down 29,000 today. Oh man, need to have some drinks with it. We need to get the financial bar going for that. With TSLY only 2K with SVOL, so SVOL is much more profitable since September. Oh, okay, I see. Save money on health insurance, or in some states, just don't have it. I don't recommend that, but health insurance companies will pay for your gym. Well, if you're old enough. For me, do they? Because mine doesn't. And you know what irks me? Here's what irks me. Don't get me going on this either. All right. So much for affordable health insurance. Anybody notice it always like goes up every year? Mine has doubled in like 5 years. And all I do is get one physical, which guess what? I can just go to a walk-in clinic, pay $50. So here's something I want to know, because I'm someone that I don't like being told, and our parents tend to do this. You know, you got to do this just because, like, you're following a script in life. I don't like following a script in life. I like creating the script, but I don't like following the script. Okay, especially one that's given to me for no really compelling reason. You know. So one thing, it's like, well, you have to have health insurance, right? But if you're young and you're healthy and you don't have a really risky lifestyle, you're not jumping out of, like, you're not parachuting out of planes, you're not like mountain hiking, skiing, you're not like doing all this really rock climbing, falling off cliffs, you're not doing all this risky stuff, then it's kind of like, well, all right, so 2 grand through your employer for insurance for one physical versus go to a walk-in clinic for $50 for the same said physical. Seems like a no-brainer to me. Okay, so many health insurance companies have free gym memberships. Do y'all want to post some links to this in the Discord? Now, so here's the deal. So I don't pay much for my gym membership. I'm at 2 gyms actually. There's one I pay $10 a month for. Where they get you is, and I know we're having side discussion here. I'll go for an hour and then end it. But this is good for me. I like this. I'm just chatting. Like I feel like I'm having a phone conversation with 70 people. It's great, and get a little revenue for it, right? Can't beat that. So I pay like $15 a month for one gym. For they used to call it LA Fitness. And then the other gym that I'm at, there's a relatively new chain in the area. I won't say it. Tatiana told me not to say. It's funny because here she is. As long as you're healthy, but you never know when your health will take a turn for the worse. True. No age requirement. They don't advertise it for what? Oh, they don't advertise it. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, so where am I going with this? What I did when I joined my first gym, join Gen, um, I joined for like a 3-year deal and got like the third year free, and then I'm grandfathered in. Um, so I pay like 15 a month for this gym over here. And then the other gym I joined because this one is they close at 10 and by 9:45 they're trying to run you out the door, which is frustrating. And I'm frustrated with the gym that I this gym anyway. I still go. It's convenient. I call it like the Walmart of gyms. You go because it's cheap. It's convenient. It's literally I walk to it. But I get frustrated because, how can I say this? The clientele, not that I'm judgmental or anything, but the clientele is really dropping off over the years, which kind of concerns me because I'm like, is my area changing that much? Maybe time to move, you know? But the clientele, you've got just behavior shit. It infuriates me. You got people, there's some Spanish guy on his phone and he's like screaming at the top of his lungs. He's trying to impress some woman, which for me, like if I was a woman, that would not impress me. Um, I kind of want to tell him that. I kind of give him the stare a little bit, but he just looks at me like F you, you know. But there's just behavior, like people litter. The parking lot's like a minefield of trash, which I just don't like that. That's not my thing. Like there's a lot of behavior stuff I see now that it's just not my thing. It's like, okay, obviously littering's become a real thing now, but it's just not my thing. I just find a trash can. But whatever. I've learned that you can't hold on to like other people's behavior. It'll drive you crazy. So I just try to block it out. You do you, I do me. Meditate, breathe, something like that. But anyway, long story short, so I joined this other gym because it's 24 hours. But now I go, and it's so funny because I see so many, probably 50% of the faces I used to see at the gym I'm at are over there. So it's super crowded when you go, unless you go at like 1 or 2 in the morning, which the thing about going at that time, you start to get an element of people that it's like, okay, like I joke about here when I do a live stream in the middle of the day, it's like, does anybody work? See, I work, but I'm kind of a late owl anyway. But it's like you'll go to this one at like 1 or 2 in the morning and it's packed, you know. So I just find that kind of funny. So I don't go to this one a lot. It's further. It's like 2 miles from me. So I almost have to drive to it. I walk, but it's like an hour walk. And then in the summer, you're like this, but worse. Um, but yeah, okay. So long discussion on the gym here. That is true. Get a high deductible health plan if you're healthy. Invest what you would be paying in premiums. See, we're on the same page. I know you say that. That's exactly what I do. But even the high deductible plan's like $2,000 a year, and it's just stupid. I could put that $2,000 in TSLY. I would rather put that $2,000 in TSLY and lose it. That's just how stubborn I am. Privatized health insurance is predatory. The entire industry doesn't contribute to GDP or GNP. Really? Those people that work in that industry could actually move to industries that contribute to our society. Interesting take. It just makes me mad because we've heard all this talk about affordable health insurance and stuff like that, but there's no such thing in my book anyway. 80% of new members don't come back after the first 30 days and stay a member for 2.6 years, just paying me gym dividends. I knew you would know a thing or two about gyms, but yeah, that's where they get you. But see, I'm the type of person that I break their algorithm. I swear, like so many businesses, like they end up learning who I am because like you're exactly right. That's what people do, but they get me, like they probably lose money with me because I'm there every day and I pay $15. So what's that, 50 cents a day, you know? And then I'm there every day. I annoy the janitorial staff. They're like, oh, you're here. Oh, well, I'm like, you're not doing your job anyway. Why do you care? Which is funny. The gym that I'm at, sorry, I just like having side discussions. I could talk probably for 20. I could go for like a Guinness record for talking, I'm sure, which is why I'm a YouTuber. What's cool is that when people actually listen, because a lot of times See, you all listen better than people do in real life because a lot of people, they just tune me out. They're not even listening, you know? But you all listen at least. So that's what I like about doing this channel. But what I'm going to say, so this gym over here, they used to be so much better. They had like, it was like a man and woman janitorial duo. They were excellent. The place was clean, immaculate. Ever since they left, it's just been downhill. Um, I mean, it's like they can't get a good person. They get people that like they just walk around and talk to everybody, but they don't do anything, you know. And if it were me, if I ran the place, they'd be gone, you know. Just like the guy on his phone, I would throw his ass out. I'm like, you got to go. You can't. This is rude. You know, you got to go. You know, that guy makes me so mad. I actually would physically throw him out, you know, if I could. But anyway, where are we here? Invest in an HSC plan instead, tax free for medical expenses. Are you on our Discord, by the way? Tell me about that. Have you all joined Discord, by the way? There's 64 of you on. We got 25. So the answer is not all of you have joined just by deductive reasoning, right? Leaving gym for pickleball. You know, I played pickleball a couple of times actually. Um, I just learned what it was like around the same time I learned what yield max was. Isn't that cool? So, because I had a friend ask me something like that, like, "Oh, you want to play pickleball?" Or you know, like, "I want to like let's play pickleball." I'm like, "Let's do what?" You know, it just has a funny name, but I learned the whole history of it and whatnot. Well, one of the groups I'm in, like, that's one of our activities now. So there's a court, and I never even knew this, but there's a court by me. You pay like $10, rent the equipment, and you play for like 2 hours. So it's really cool. I played. It was fun. My thighs were sore for like a week, which is funny because I'm pretty active, but man, like I was sore, but it felt great. It's like that song "Hurt So Good." Who was that? John Mellencamp. All right. Join Jen. I would rather move to England or Australia for my retirement. Really? Isn't it much more expensive there? Can you move to the UK or Oz? Where's Oz? I thought Oz was a fictitious place. And get their health plan, not as a citizen. Keep moving, use water aerobics, and walk and eat. I do go in the pool. That's another thing. Back to the gym side discussion. I have this thing for public pools. Not that I like them. I just have this like, um, I'm not a clean freak, but I used to like as a kid, I didn't have a problem. I'd jump in every pool I saw, but like I go in public pools now, and it's like I get out of it, and I'm like I got to shower immediately because I'm itchy, you know. And it's like, and then I see stuff like this is kind of gross, but like there's a there's a big popular pool in Tampa, like by the bay. It's like a popular joint now. Don't go there on the weekends because it's like you'll be standing shoulder to shoulder in the pool with some strangers that you don't know. But like, I went to it, and for one thing, in the summer, like it's hot. The water's like warm, which I don't like. I want cool water when I jump in a pool. But then I just see going back to the whole littering and behavior stuff. Like I see these like floss picks near the filter and stuff, and I'm like grossed out. I'm like, I got to get out of here, you know. For all I know, people are peeing in here and stuff. So I don't know. I have this thing. Like I like swimming and stuff, but I want to know that it's clean. Maybe I should just have my own pool. Not sure about UK, but in other parts of Europe, such as Portugal, yes. Maybe I'll record like a swimming video for you all and post it, or I'll post it to like an OnlyFans or something. Lost 7,000 on TSLY today. I wish I could heart that. They should have like a heart comment. So I do that sarcastically a lot. I'm on a lot of the Facebook groups, and somebody says like I lost all this money, and I heart it. I do it very sarcastically, but I mean that's sad. That's not good news. Obviously, you lost money, but I think you'll make it back. I mean, with a name like that, I'm sure you'll make it back. You know, 750 a month for healthcare until Medicare kicks in. You know, that's another thing I wish they should. Why can't? Here's my thing. Okay, why can't Medicare, Medicaid, all that? Why can't they just make it like pay more in, but you can tap into it if you want to retire in your 30s? You can tap into it. Why can't they do that? Something like that. Just expand it. You know, I know more government, right? Yay. Um, But why can't they just do something like that? Just like Social Security, okay? Right now, like I go to the Social Security site, I look up mine, okay? Like if I were to get disability, I would get like, you know, a decent income for the rest of my life. I'm not disabled though, not that I know of. Um, but if I were, like I've seen some people get it and it's like, wow, this person can work, you know? But I'm not about that anyway, but like it would be cool if your Social Security, if you could like tap into it, you know, like you want to retire in your 30s or something, and you put the money in. So, because some people say, "Oh, the money's not going to be there by the time like your generation retires and stuff like that." And I've paid quite a bit in. If I look, you can go to the site and see what all you've paid in. And I'm like, it's almost like I have another retirement account out there. So it would just be nice if those things, if you didn't have to wait till you were old to, not that anybody in their 60s is old, but it would be nice if you didn't have to wait till you were, shall I say, older to tap into it. Americans seem to retire in Portugal, Vietnam, and countries south of the USA. Really? That's interesting. Didn't know that. I make money off of everyone. Look at you. And you never even super chat. Example, 1,500 check-ins a day, 750 buy, $4 worth of drinks. That's 93,000 per month on water and Gatorade. That's one thing, and I guess I'll give my dad credit for that. He instilled that in me at a young age. Like I will never buy anything at like a convenience store because I know it's marked up. And I'm stubborn about it. Like people will make fun of me for it. I don't know if I've lost friendships over it or not. That'd be a silly thing to lose a friendship over, but I know people get pissed off. Like I get called the J word sometimes, you know. Um, but yeah, like I'm not. It's the same thing at my gym. Um, like I'm not going to pay $5 for something I have at home. I just walk home and I drink. I drink my drink. Like I do this. And it's like simple. I'm just not going to do that kind of stuff. And one thing too, they try to get you on the gym fobs, which I don't have anymore. It's on my phone now, but I have a way. I just kind of sweet talk the girl into giving me one. I did that like 3 times, and they're supposed to charge you like $5 for it. But I'm like, look here, honey, I pay so much, to join this gym and whatnot. And, I've been a regular member and this and that. I dropped my whole spiel. And then so she just gave me one, basically. Not saying that to brag. It just, it worked out. Sometimes my magic works, sometimes it doesn't. Geez, Hoffman, I had no idea gym ownership was that lucrative. I know I need to get into a gym. I actually, I knew someone in my master's program that runs some kind of like a boxing gym or something. So, and he said he makes a lot of money too. Haven't talked to him in a while, but yeah, Oz is slang for Australia. Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was like Dr. Oz or something. Worst Senate candidate ever, by the way, for Pennsylvania. That was like, he should not have run there. Anyway, side talk again. It can be minus pandemics. You know what's funny? Another funny story here. You guys are coaxing so many funny stories out of me. So where I live in an HOA. And during the pandemic, there were people coming up with like, sob stories like, oh, I can't pay my HOA because of this and that. Well, guess what? One of the people that came up with a sob story was a gym owner. And I actually know a little bit about how lucrative gym ownership is. So shall I say my sympathies were limited. But he came up with some kind of and I probably shouldn't say this, but it's okay. He's like, oh, look, they closed the gyms down. I'm not getting any revenue for like 3 months. And basically, can you waive my fees or something? And, the HO was like, no. And it's one of those things like you can't say certain things, but I want to say like, dude, you're a gym owner. You just were making lucrative income like 3 months before, which you didn't save any of it. But just, again, behavior, some of the stuff people come up with. It's like, ugh. Human soup. What's that, a pool? Ugh, that grosses me out even more. Hoffman Unfiltered, please explain what you mean by return of 90% capital on SPYI. Yeah, explain that. Or maybe in the Discord. You lost 29,000 on TSLY. How does that feel? I feel bad for the 7,000 I lost. So one thing, Mr. Boss Ball Head Dog, We have some real ballers on this channel. We have people that, they can lose that, but it's like chump change to them. They'll never donate a single super chat, but they make bank. They make big, big money. So we do have some ballers on this channel. So yeah, 29,000 to, I forget who said that, but it's probably a drop in the bucket to them. Did you sell TSLY? I'm not. Did not lose? You're right. You know what? She's spot on. She's spot on again. Because as you know, if you don't sell, you don't lose. You don't lock in the loss. Unless, and I've had this happen before too, if you have stocks that go bankrupt, then you lose. I had that happen with a couple of companies a few years back, which wasn't fun. Should have sold before it happened. Research SPYI and see how they pay out monthly dividends. The guys that run it are shady. NEOS, what does that mean? Maze IR is basically Obamacare. It covers the minimum, which is enough if you're healthy. Oh, Medicare. Well, that's kind of what it was, an expansion of Medicaid, wasn't it? Boston Red Sox, what does your dividend on TSLY look like? I was thinking put 50,000 more in on TSLY. Here's a question I have, okay, getting back into this discussion. So I'm not like, I wouldn't call myself like a socialist or anything. I know that's a buzzword, but, and I'm not like a big government guy either, but why can't we, so the whole idea was, okay, everybody has health insurance, the costs come down, right? So they were getting more people having health insurance, but we never saw the second side of that coin. So I don't understand that. Like, you would think if more people are insured, the cost should come down, but all it does is go up. And it's like, I don't know, like no one's doing anything about it now. It's like just, it's like inflation. It's like, oh, like the press secretary said back in the day, before the one we have now, like, oh, just, people have the money to spend. It's no big deal. People have the money to spend. You know what irks me too? Another side story. So our salad bar at my work, this shit just really annoys me. So I paid, and I've never paid this at a work cafeteria, but like I paid $16 at the salad bar the other day. And I was like, this is extortion. I, I don't want to embarrass myself, but it's like once you fill out your container, you can't just go put stuff back. But like if nobody was there, I might have done that because I was like, first of all, this is what irks me. So they have, it's salad, but they have other stuff, and this is where they get you. And you probably know this too, like being a business-minded person, right? Um, where they get you, they have chicken with the bone in it at the end of the aisle. So you put one of those in there, that's going to be a quick $2 or $3 right there, And then they have like actual hot food. So you start putting the hot food in there, it weighs that shit down fast. But if you're just putting salad, which I guess is what you're supposed to do at a salad bar, right? You just put salad in there and it's lightweight. So now it's like, it's a game. It's like, all right, how can I not feel like I live in the Weimar Republic today for lunch? So let's see. All right, I'll put some lettuce. I'll put this, I'll put that. So today it was funny. I'm filling up. Well, I didn't fill it up. I got literally, so if this is the container, I got like this full, and people are looking at me like, oh, this poor guy, he's not putting anything in. So I'm putting in like, let me get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I hardly put anything in the container today. And it was finally like $7, but I'm like, I'm going to be hungry in 30 minutes again, So it's like extortion, but it's like, no one cares. It's like, oh yeah, we got inflation. No one cares. Which another thing, y'all are going to get me going. I was talking about coffee the other day. So, and you all have me now, my energy drink kicked in. So my ADHD is going to kick in fully. So somebody should probably cut me off before long. But in this cup, I put my energy drink. So that my random ADHD just kicks in. But anyway, what I want to say, Exhibit A over here, and this is excellent, by the way, but believe it or not, I stopped buying it, which people made fun of me for. People not on this channel. But see, believe it or not, in real life, there's a lot of people that don't understand me. You all do, but it's like I literally get, oh, well, yeah, it's $5. It used to be like $2.50 or whatever, but oh, who cares? Like, oh, you don't want to buy it anymore, then you get called the J word, you know. But this went buy one get one free, so I stocked up because these last a while. I'm probably telling you guys too much here, but these last a while, and they're very. I love this coconut flavored creamer, but it's more than milk. It's like $5. I'm like, I'm not going to pay more than a gallon of milk for this. I don't care. You know what? And I am stubborn. Like, people can make fun of me. You can do what you can make fun of me till the cows come home. I don't care if I had millions of dollars. I don't know if I had. Then I might. I haven't decided yet. I'll let you know when I do. But actually, maybe not. But I just, you know what? Like, there's some things like no amount of money. Like, I can't justify paying something for a certain thing. It's like extortion. You know, I'm not just gonna like throw money away. If I want to do that, I'll go to the casino and throw it away gambling. If I'm going to throw, here's my rule, okay? If I'm going to throw money away, and I know I'm overtime here, I should get overtime rates for this call. But if I'm going to pay, if I'm going to throw money away, this is my rule, okay? This is the coach's rule. If I'm going to throw money away, I'm going to throw it away on things that can at least produce a return. This produces no return other than when you use the bathroom, So there you go. All right, not sure where I was going with that, but end rant there. Oops, and that just fell over. Okay, where are we here? Where are we? Oh, what does your dividend on TSLY look like? I was thinking put 50,000 more in on TSLY. You're just talking about losing 7,000. You're ready to put 50 grand more. I knew you were secretly a baller. TSLY is only 15% of portfolio, so no worries. Good for you. It's a little higher for me. Opportunity to buy more. That's exactly right. Everything in life is an opportunity in disguise. Gyms, laundromats, people still use those. Convenience stores all make bank. They're also, I've heard, a good way to launder money. Not that I know anything about that. I own a Ralph's Italian ice shop as well, 7K a day. Look at you. Wow, just balling. Return of capital means you don't pay taxes on that money. It's even better than long-term capital gains. The tax rate on it's 0% until you end up underwater. I could probably be a lot more sophisticated with my tax situation until you end up underwater on the original cost basis. Okay, interesting. All Obamacare did was force even more of the working class into part-time jobs that don't offer health insurance. It's a huge problem that we have incentivized them to not hire full-time. That's interesting. Is there anyone that actually likes Obamacare? Because I remember that was a big thing back in the day. All right. Doctors and hospitals lose money on people on Medicare. That's why you pay more to make up for them. Boomers retiring. Ah, that's true. TSLY should be a good buy at open, but have enough for now. I would love to have a decent salad bar at my job. I know, here I am with first world problems. Put things in perspective, right? So I'll make a mental note. Tatiana, I'll pencil her down for the $20 salad bar. The thing is, though, like for me, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like my grandparents, but like I see jobs out there that are paying like 15 bucks an hour or less, and then lunch costs $20. So you got to work for an hour or more to afford lunch. It just doesn't seem fair, That's why we just need our government checks. Just kidding. Japanese, exactly right. I don't know the context there, but I hear you. I will never buy a fancy watch. Me neither. Oh, you know what? So I should put this back in the fridge soon. But when I quit buying this, okay, so Aldi had their own brand, which was spot on, just like this. It was $1.88, and then it went up to like 260, and then made me want to cry. They discontinued it, so now I have to buy the other ones like caramel macchiato and whatnot. But the coconut one is the best. I'm stubborn. Like I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay what I don't feel something is intrinsically worth. I'm even that way with people with gifts. Like honestly, if I don't think somebody's intrinsically worth a good gift, they don't get it. Just kidding a bit. That probably sounds terrible. Would it be wise to put TSLY in a Roth? I have some in the Roth, just like Tatiana. Half of mine is in a Roth. How about that? Great minds think alike, right? And you need the dividends. See, you need it in a non-Roth because if you get that salad bar, you need the dividends to pay for lunch, probably. I loved Obamacare when I was super broke college student. Well, I guess that's what it was for, kind of. It worked, I guess, for that situation. But I think I was already on my parents' health insurance because they let you stay on till you're like 26. I believe Hoffman was asking if J stands for Japanese. No, come on. You guys know what the J stands for. I'm not going to say it either. But like a group of people that are stereotypically perceived to be really good with money, really tight-wadded. I'm not saying it's a religion. Not Japanese, though. Anyway, all right. Well, that was fun, you all. I'm going to end it there. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. I wanted to look at some other screens, but that's okay. You all kept me talking and ranting. So fun stuff. So talk to y'all later. I guess we're buying more TSLY tomorrow, right? So thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all subscribe. See you on the flip side. Win an hour. No super chats. Sad. But we'll see you all soon. Thank you again. Take care.